Well, there we are. Now we're live. Hey, Kimmy, how are you? Thursday Night Live.
I'm good. I'm better now that I'm live with you and all of our YouTube friends. No, actually, I really, it's good. I enjoy our show, so I look forward to it.
Well, it's a little bit of adjustment now that we're going to go an hour late here. But you live in Colorado, so it's got to keep that in mind that you're 2 hours behind, so it's not the same time. But um, we are Thursday Night Live here again with Patdees and Kimberly, borderline hoarderish, and it always takes a couple minutes for people to come in with the group and the notifications and stuff. But we have Dad's Vintage Garage. John was first from Virginia. We got Rick, Star City Picker from Virginia. Oh, he's from Virginia. Oh, they're both from Virginia. And Land Shark Picker Craig is here, and then my son Nathan is actually. I put him to work today, Kimmy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doing what?
Well, my wife kind of read me the riot act that I needed to get the garage straightened up, and with those units that I had bought, we were using that for storage, and we had overloaded the garage with all that stuff, and it was time to straighten it up. So we did accomplish that.
Yes, especially for winter.
CH Enterprises here, and Thrift Trader. Dang, Pat is getting hairy. I'm not. I got a long way to go to catch up with you. I don't know if you guys been following. There's Jason. Jason was a guest on the show before in the past, and Jason is gonna be. He's opening his own thrift store. So he's not going to be just selling from the house or eBay and stuff like that. He's actually opening a thrift store. So that's exciting for him. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. We got Tom, Queen City Picker, and we got Commonwealth Picker, who just actually hit 2,000 subs. I just found out that Commonwealth Picker, he's a school teacher too. I think a history teacher, and he does YouTube and reselling too. So it's always kind of neat to meet other people that are doing the same thing. And we have basically the state of Virginia here. He's from Virginia also. So
what was that?
Yeah. So what is going
Must
on?
Be the place to live, I guess. Right. I'd say I'm missing out, but
what is going on with you, Kimmy?
Just been busy, really. The kids, it's fall break, and the kids both have had the entire week off. So we went and saw Adam's Family yesterday, which it seems that every break we try to go see, some type of movie. I mean, the matinee is like $5, and there's recliners. You can't beat that. Can't beat that. And of course, little Braden loves it. He just thinks he's so big in that giant, recliner, able to push the buttons himself. So they love it. And then the day before that, Braden had an appointment, just a regular kind of checkup. And then Lily today was interesting, just because it was kind of a little bit of a reminder of just sort of not basically get your panties in a bunch over everything. We were in the waiting room, and Lily was actually already back, with the doctor. It was just a physical. She's going to play basketball this year, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But there was a lady who was really upset in the waiting room that the doctor had taken 20 minutes and she wasn't being able to see. Now, this is a family doctor, so there's people of all ages, in this waiting room, and she just loses it. She loses it, and she's like cussing up a storm, and I'm just like, what is going on? And, when we left, both the kids kind of had mentioned it, and that was, that lady was a little crazy, and I just told them both, what's silly about the whole entire thing is that in my 35 years of existence, I've never gone to a doctor's appointment and not waited. so why did that lady, she had mentioned that it's always happens. Well, if something always happens, and Pat, we talk about this, when you bang your head against a brick wall, what's going to happen? It's going to hurt. So if you're
Right.
continually doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, you are crazy. And that's it just was sort of a learning lesson for my children. And I thought I would share it with you all because that was crazy. That was insane. Pick and choose your battles for sure.
And we'll be honest, we are so blessed to have the ability to walk in. A lot of countries don't have that. Walk in and medical attention, and people got to learn to be a little bit more patient. I see Tara is in here now, and Carol. Thank you guys for stopping. Our guest is going to be coming out in a couple of minutes. I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. If you guys could hit the thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. One thing I want to talk about, we're probably going to hit it probably 2 or 3 times tonight we'll talk about. But next week we're excited because next week is Halloween. And we're going to be doing a special episode on my channel and Kimmy's channel where people can dress up, come on the show. We're going to talk casual. Even if you come on 4 or 5 minutes, we'll post a link in the chat. And the only thing is to come on dressed up. And even if you come on for 4 or 5 minutes, and if you're dressed up like Batman, for example, or Superman or Spider-Woman or whatever, just come in, and we're going to have like a little voting contest between people, and they'll have to like Sunday to vote. And we're going to do it on my channel for an hour, and then we're going to jump over to Kimmy's channel for an hour, and there'll be a little bit of break, 10 or 15-minute break in between. And so we're going to do the show next week on both channels.
I'm really excited about it, and the reason I'm totally stoked is because we wanted to basically, open the doors for anybody, and this is a great opportunity for those that are a little shy, that maybe, haven't quite gone live yet. We're keeping it kind of a laid back theme, and there's no requirements. You don't have to be a reseller, or a pro at YouTube or any of those things. You don't even have to have content. We just want everybody to have a great time. Only requirement is to have a costume. And whether that's silly little cat ears or something, that's fine too. But join in the fun. I'm excited.
Right. So, all right, guys, we're going to get Jen to come out. I met Jen. She has an YouTube channel. She was going to come out about 2 minutes ago, but I saw she had a technical glitch, and now she's back. And so I want to make sure that when we introduce her that we didn't have a blank screen. So I'm excited to bring her out. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Lisa lives close to my area. I always tease her about going out for Jimmy's hot dogs and stuff like that. But I follow Jen a lot through Instagram. Little Mama Stalker's in here now. Liz, thank you for stopping. I follow Jen a lot through Instagram. If you guys follow Wade's Ventures, he's the one that got me on Instagram. So it's amazing the people that you network and you meet and stuff like that. And that's how I found Jen. And so let's bring Jen out from HTK Flippers.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong button earlier and locked myself out.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Don't introduce her now because she's not there.
Yeah, disappeared.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, thanks for stopping. Grimes Fines for coming in. If anybody want to ask any questions of Jen or myself or Kimmy, please post it in the chat. And if we don't answer it right away, we will get to it. But Jen, why don't you tell them who you are, your channel, and exactly what you do?
Well, I'm Jen. I have a YouTube channel, which is getting ready to have new content. We're getting there. We used to be family vloggers. The channel was called HTK Vlogs, which, if you wonder, HTK is the first initial of each one of my children's names. But we have since gotten away from that, and we're now turning it into more of a reselling channel. I also do Instacart when I'm not reselling. So we put both types of content up on that channel, and there's a few videos up there now, and there's going to be a lot more. And I'm also a mom, stay-at-home mom of 3 kids, and that's about it.
Well,
a lot of Instagram too.
That's not about it, because that's only 2 minutes of your life there.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I was wondering how you came up with the name HTK Flippers, and didn't realize it was. I figured it out a little bit the other day that it was for your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Hayden, Sarah, and Kaylee.
now, how long have you been doing YouTube?
Well, we started our channel in 2016, and we posted daily videos for that entire summer. We started in like April or May, and we did daily videos all the way till the kids went back to school. And then shortly after they went back to school, we got away from it because it's hard. It's hard to do videos every day. And then we've just kind of been sporadic here and there since then. And I started putting up in eBay and also Instacart content last spring, and then the kids got off on summer break, and again we were so busy, and the last thing I had time to do was edit videos. But we're getting back at it. I've got a few videos filmed that are going to be edited and up soon.
Right. Hey, real quick, I want to say thank you. I haven't seen Melissa W in a while. Thank you for stopping in tonight. If I don't answer right away, there's a certain delay. Where there's a delay. In other words, what we see on StreamYard sometimes, the delay is by 2 or 3 minutes. So when I try to respond or hop on YouTube to do different things, I have to actually wait till the chat catches up. So I apologize for that. And Little Mama Stalker, I'm putting you to work there, girl. So if anyone is misbehaving, because we are a family-oriented channel here, you got to time them out or kick them out. So you know what I mean. I'm putting you on a mission. If he doesn't answer right away, Justin, I like everybody. There's no. Grimes Finds is a guy that has a channel in Texas, and he likes to bust my chops, Jen. So, now how often are you doing YouTube right now?
Well, right now I haven't posted anything since the spring, but I am planning on coming back. It'll be Mondays and Thursdays, most likely. I liked to do like eBay and reselling type of content on Mondays. I was calling it Flippin' Mondays. And then, because kind of like, oh, it's Flippin' Monday and that kind of.
Yeah, that's a cute name. I like it.
And then Instacart Thursdays, because I've really gotten a lot of views on the Instacart videos. There's a lot of people interested in that right now. It's like a grocery delivery service.
Right.
So,
I don't know if you know this or not, Jen, but I do it on the side too.
Oh, I didn't. I think. Well, I don't know if you told me that or not. That's really interesting. I know it's getting really popular, almost too popular in my area. I haven't had an order in like 2 weeks.
I do it. Last week was a little light for me. I like the flexibility. When I first started doing it in February and March, I was pretty gung-ho about doing it for about 15, 20 hours a week. I think last week I only made $70 last week. The last couple of weeks I've been doing it, to make roughly around $125, $150. Here and there. What happened is where I live, there's a store 10 miles away that is on demand order now. So sometimes I'll get an order. And I'm like, you know what? I'll go take if it makes sense economically. Usually around $15 an hour, I'll usually take it.
Right. That's how I am too. I won't do any of the small orders. Like if it's only $7 with no tip, I don't do it. It really has to be worth it, because I can almost guarantee that every order I take is going to take me at least an hour. So it needs to be worth it.
Hey, John Johnson is in the house. I didn't quite recognize him because I think he usually comes in as Nevermore Antiques.
Yeah, that threw me off for a second too.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
a
using
spy. Is it the real one?
Or not. But if you guys haven't checked out, Jen's channel, Jen, are you able to type in the chat at all?
I'm using my phone.
I was checking that. I'm going to go and actually, yes, if my husband can hear me, I'm going to have him hand me my phone, and I'll do it that way.
All right, and we always have your link in the description. You guys can follow you. You guys got a pretty. You said you started in 2016. Did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. You're up to what? How many subscribers? 9,000.
We're almost to 8,000 or 9. I think of almost 8,000. I think we have close to 1 million views, and it's kind of a funny story how that came about. We had a video. My kids had a lockdown at school, not a serious one. There wasn't anything active going on, but it was kind of like a threat situation. And we happened to be doing daily videos at that point in time. And I had made a video about it. And it is probably my least favorite video on my channel. Like, it's just me yapping and being a worried mom the whole day. But it was right around the time, if you remember, when the like crazy clowns or the killer clown thing was going around and everybody was scared of clowns. And it was right about that time. And so kids started searching like clowns at schools and clowns lockdown. Even though our video had nothing to do with clowns, our video got recommended by YouTube. And that's when it went crazy and we got a bunch of subscribers and a lot of views. And it was kind of like luck of the draw. But it's really been helpful now that we're trying to rebrand it, because we look, we're an established channel and it looks
right. And I just looked it up. You have 8,850. So you're almost
we're
at
close to 9,000.
Yeah, you're almost at 9,000.
That's exciting.
I
That's
know.
really exciting.
I was gonna ask you what's the trick into growing a channel.
Luck.
Luck. Okay, so don't dress up. I was gonna dress up maybe like a killer clown next week.
Figure out what's going on, what's popular. No, it really was just total luck of the draw. That lockdown at my kids' school happened 2 weeks before the clown thing happened, and it just was good timing, I guess. But we've had a really good response, and with the changing of the content, people they're being really receptive, and we're getting new viewers in that seem to like us. I saw somebody in the chat earlier. Who was it? I'm scrolling through. Commonwealth Picker said that they found me today and liked the content, and I like your content too. And my husband actually told me earlier tonight that you had left that comment. So new content is coming soon. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I follow you a lot on Instagram because you're always.
Yes, I'm always there.
Yeah, I mean, you're always making like little 30-second or 1 minute, like, hey, what's going on for my day? So, I mean, I think you're a natural fit as far as doing YouTube because you're not afraid to be on camera and talk about things. I think with YouTube, it's just honing in on what to talk about and stuff like that. Now, flippers, exactly what does that mean as far as what's your perception of what that means as part of your YouTube name?
Well, for me, that was meant to just be a placeholder at first, because I wanted to get away from the vlog. We weren't going to do the family videos anymore. And so I was going to come up with a new name and everything, since it's going to be more eBay related, so everything I sell, I get at the thrift store at garage sales and I flip it online. So that's where I got the flippers part. It was meant to just be a placeholder name, but then people started finding the videos and watching them more. And so I just kind of had to go with it. And now the eBay or the YouTube and my Instagram is HTK Flippers. And my husband is hopefully going to be making videos on the channel soon also. So we're really hoping to do a whole new thing of content, but we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah.
Now, figure it out. You have to figure it out as you go. That's just how it is. And we'll find our way.
Now, Jen, where are you from?
Ohio.
Oh, okay. I'm from Pennsylvania. Kimmy, you tell where you're from?
I live in Denver, Colorado. That's why I know I think we were right before we went live, you were asking where I had lived because I had mentioned that it snowed twice here already, and it's going to snow again 2 more times in the next 7 days. But typical Colorado, it snows, there's 4 to 8 inches on the ground, and it's gone by noon. So,
well, that's good at least.
That's Colorado for you this time of year.
That type of weather. Are you used to that type of weather too?
It's just more. Yeah, it's not uncommon for it to happen. It's just a few days out of the norm earlier, so people are like, oh, the biggest thing is people just forget how to drive in it.
Yeah,
that's the worst part.
I think that's probably everywhere.
Yeah, so
I don't know if you can.
I'm also one of those people.
Jen, I don't know if you can see the screen or not. It's Wade.
I do.
Yeah, it says, hi, Jen. Wade, Zoe, and Renee are watching you. So that's exciting that you have people watching.
Those are my own neighbors, and I'm mad at them because they sold their house, and I miss them.
Oh.
I'm not really mad.
I think one of the littles of Little Mama Stalker is trying to maybe communicate to us this evening.
I saw that, so I was wondering what is.
I guarantee you, it's one of their kids.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
I wanted to say something real quick,
Go
Pat.
ahead.
You asked if I knew if you did Instacart, and I told you I didn't think so. But then my husband was standing there and he's like, "Hey, I forgot you are the reason why I'm doing Instacart. Keep forgetting that it's you. My husband saw your videos about Instacart and then came to me and said, "Hey, there's this guy on YouTube doing this grocery thing. I
Oh,
think you'd
really?
probably like it." So I forgot all about that. Well, it's been a while because I think I signed up for Instacart in like April. I mean, it's been months ago, so I totally forgot about that. So he's like back there like, "Hey, don't forget." So yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's kind of
That's
cool. I've
cool.
actually I've met a couple people online that I've helped, and they've gotten to do it. And one of them actually used my referral code, and I made $100. Valerie, that if you look back at my shows, she was on there and stuff. Yeah, Grimes just confirmed it must be the kids. But hey, as long as they're in here watching, make sure little Mama Stalker, her cute little girls, make sure the kids are hitting thumbs up. So that there's little Mama Stalker. Sorry.
It's all good. I think it's everything. My children are 8 and 14, so I don't really have to worry about that. But gosh, it makes me think of all the times where my son got a hold of my phone and like went through and yeah, just typed in all kinds of stuff to all kinds of random people. So,
Oh,
and it was through Facebook actually, is where he did it. He was like looking at all the messages and then typing to them, and I would never even know that that he.
yeah.
It happens.
I think that's the first time that's happened. I mean, I was kind of taken back about a month ago when my nieces were on here, and they're like, "Hey, Uncle Patrick," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, what?" And I just wasn't used to them being on, YouTube and stuff like that. My wife had it. I said to my wife, I said, "You better talk to your sister. I think they have her." It's like, "Oh no, they want to be you. My nieces want to be YouTube stars." I don't know
Understand that.
if you follow Gary V at all, but he kind of mentions that in his book, where when he does a lot of tours and lectures and talking at colleges and stuff, that for some that's one of the new ventures that people want to be YouTube stars and share what they do and what they talk about and come up with different things, because you got to realize there's a lot of people that are going for photography or different things like that, and they want to make videos and not necessarily always be maybe the person out in front of the camera, but even the people behind the scenes. So, hey, we got 26 people in the room here. I can't really see the thumbs looking at the stream, but if you guys could give me thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. And again, subscribe to HTK Flippers and check out her killer clown video.
Yeah. Don't. It's horrible. I hate that video. It's like I say, it's so horrifying. That's the one that people started watching.
Well, I'm hoping this
Oh.
video goes viral tonight with that little kitten sneaking up on you behind you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know she's somewhere.
I don't know why on my YouTube channel lately I've been getting. It's funny how that works out. You'll look at one video and then you're getting recommended. I looked at a kitten video the other day. Now all of a sudden I'm getting bombarded with kitten videos. And finally I had to click the X off, not interested anymore, because I was getting hooked, because they're so damn cute. So maybe tonight, Jen, that little kitty's gonna make us all a star. Is that a kitten?
She's like something. Yeah, it's a kitten. She needs a home. If you'd like to adopt a kitten, there you go.
We'll just video record it, and
so you can make your own viral kitten video.
That's right. That's right. So now, hey Jen, I wanted to ask you. This is the first time I've gotten to talk to you live. I talked to you a little bit on Instagram and messaging and stuff, but I usually don't ask people too much, because I like to be honest. I like to bring them on the show and talk to them, and this way, it's kind of like, well, I already know that in my head. Is that when I'm asking you, it's fresh, But how long have you been doing eBay?
Well, we just opened our store in August of last year. I had actually had a store like 14 years ago for a short period of time, before I had my second child. And after I had her, my kids were only the first two were 19 months apart. So I was really busy and I couldn't do it anymore. So I stopped the eBay store. I stopped selling on eBay. and had planned to go back to it, but then I had a third baby and then life happened. And so my husband happened to bring it up in, like I say, August of last year. And I had remembered how much I love doing it. And so we just got started. So our store is just over a year old now, but I
Now,
was here a long time ago.
what kind of stuff are you primarily selling, and how is eBay doing for you overall?
Pretty much, I will sell anything, like literally anything. We will sell it if it can be sold, because the cat. But I mainly I like the vintage hard goods. That's where what I really love to sell, and it's kind of nice because I know a lot about the vintage stuff. My husband knows a lot about tools and car parts and things like that. And we do sell a little bit of clothing, but I don't like clothing nearly as much as I like the hard goods and the one-off stuff. That's more fun for me, and clothes are just kind of a pain in the butt.
So are you selling women's clothes, men's clothes?
Um, Either or. I think right now our store, we have just over 250 items listed right now. I'm hoping to get that number doubled in the next month or so, but only about 40 of the items are clothes, and I think the majority is women's clothing and shoes.
Yeah. Now, Nikki,
And you guys are going pretty good.
Nikki, thank you. I appreciate that. Nikki Wright came in. Thanks for being a positive light in a world full of negative. I try. I've gone through a lot myself. I've been selling on eBay since '98 part time,
Wow.
and I went full time about a year ago. I used to be in the restaurant business, and I had cancer and was dealing with that for almost 3 years, and had to restart in life. So YouTube actually came along, and I found some amazing people, and this is why I like YouTube, networking with other people, and I mean, cancer's behind me, but yeah, it's not, because I still have stuff to deal with, and part of meeting people like yourself is great, because I don't have that social aspect no more, being in the restaurant business.
Yeah. Well, I bet it's a lot different.
Right. So it's always nice to meet different people, but who are on the same page as you, doing reselling, and with you doing Instacart, so you kind of get it.
I get both ends.
Right, exactly. Hey, Don, the bargain hunter, thank you for stopping in, buddy. I appreciate it. We got John Johnson and Nevermore. They're both in here. That's great. And Melissa W., in case anyone doesn't know, Melissa doesn't do YouTube, but she is a mod in a lot of the rooms. So if you happen to see Melissa come by your room, Jen, feel comfortable to give her a wrench. Do you do lives on YouTube?
Yes, I do. When I'm posting, I like to do the live videos, because that's where I get hung up with YouTube. Is it's so hard for me to find time to edit. And so when I can do a live video, that's so nice, because you don't have to worry about editing it. I just go and do it.
Right.
It's nice. And I like that, like you say, it's so fun to have YouTube, Instagram, that social aspect, and being able to connect with people, especially doing a job like reselling. I was a stay-at-home mom for my kids. So my oldest is 15 and my youngest is 12. And I've been home the majority of their childhood. I only worked a couple years in that time period. I always say, like, if I would have had social media when they were babies, that would have been fantastic, because it's such a lonely thing being home all day. And so I love having it now. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is good for that aspect. Melissa, you're welcome. Melissa's throwing me out. Melissa's from Georgia. I'm heading down to Florida in December with the family. We're going to go to Disney World, and I always tease her about stopping in Georgia, Wendy's, to have lunch or something like that. I've actually traveled and met with different people. Whereabouts? You don't have to tell me exact if you're in a small town, because I'm always leery of people giving out the exact place they live. So if you can tell me the biggest town that you're close to in Ohio.
We're about an hour north of Columbus.
Oh,
so
okay.
We're kind of right smack in the middle.
Oh, okay. One of my friends that I do a show with, Steve Alcorn, he's basically near you. I've been through Ohio, and I've met different people. My friends, What the Hells, they do storage units auction. They have a large channel. They're out in Worcester, Ohio.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I know Worcester. My
yeah,
son used to play football there, not for them, but like against them.
yeah. I've come out there, and then another friend of mine lives Columbus. Eric, he buys a lot of paper and postcards and things like
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
and I tell you, I always used to collect postcards myself, and it was a great. He's a great wealth of information as far as those things.
Oh, that's good to know because I've got a whole stack that I have to figure out.
Yeah, his channel is Nameless Picker. So if you ever want
Okay.
to check him out, he's been on it. We do a show. I was doing all summer the Late Show on Saturday nights, and him and Jason were on the show with me. And we're gonna probably do one probably this fall or winter again. But hey, Justin Pac-Man, thank you for stopping in. Have you ever gone out, Jen, and met up with like a meetup with resellers?
No, but that's actually it's funny that you say that because just yesterday I was talking about wanting to try to put something together because I think it would be so neat to meet the other resellers that are around me because I know they're there, but I don't know any of them. So I want to try to find a way to hunt them all down and do a meetup locally. Probably not until after the first of the year because I know everyone's really busy right now. But if you're in the central Ohio area, make sure you get in
Yeah,
touch with
now
me.
I'm not sure. Do you have an HTK Flippers Facebook?
No, I don't, and I do need to do that.
Yeah, because that might
Because I
help
don't
you.
have one.
That might help you too. And if you're going to be
That's a
doing
good
more
idea.
lives, it's easier to click the link through Messenger and stuff like that. I've noticed a lot of people that are doing. Um, I have the tendency, I just got on Instagram this year myself for people to follow me and communicate. So maybe to kind of keep some of your personal stuff private with the kids, you might want to create like an HTK Flippers, page
Yeah, I
to
didn't think
to
about that on
to
Facebook.
do that without giving up too much of your your that's my problem with
Yeah,
Facebook.
that's a really good idea because I don't like to join a lot of groups either with my
Right.
personal one.
Yeah, that's how Kimmy is the same way too. Kimmy, can you hear us? I know you had a little technical glitch, but you're back, right?
Yeah, it's all well. You know how it is. I don't know what was going on in the other room, but it sounded like I, I have no idea. A bomb went off or something. But Braden apparently knocked over some stuff. We're all good though. We're
Yeah.
good.
Hey, Melissa K, thank you for stopping in. Me and Kimmy have actually been doing this show Thursday Night Live since March. So this is like
Wow.
our 29th show. Um,
Is it 29 or is it 30?
no, it's something like 20. I'd have to look at the number, but it's something like that. So this is something that me and Kimmy actually have been from day one, and we had two other people that were part of the show, and they branched off and did something else. But me and Kimmy are the original host of doing this show. So I think we've only skipped maybe a week, and
Yeah, I've been
maybe
here every
one
episode.
other week for a holiday. The show that you're thinking about is the show that I do Saturday, but I will do a Saturday show one day again. I just always want to make sure that when I do the show, it's special, and that it's not just us here chatting, looking at one another, and we just saw each other. I always like to kind of give people information. Don Bargain Hunter says I need a razor. Yeah, this is my winter look. Hey, Jen, that's another thing is, if you want to do these meetups, I notice in our area, they seem to work better in the winter and the springtime than they do because people are out doing things in the summer. I went to
Mhm.
a meetup and it was kind of quiet, and they said, just because if people are traveling, they're not giving up their, summer hours and stuff like that, that you'll probably
Oh,
you'll probably do better in I mean, not obviously when there's 2 feet of snow, and you never know with
right.
that. Um,
Right, because I'm not driving in that.
yeah,
No, that's a good thought. I'll have to keep that in mind because no, I don't know, just recently I can't for the life of me remember who it was. Thrifty Viking. Does anybody follow her on Instagram? I just
no,
saw her Instagram page yesterday and they were doing a live video. And throughout the live video, she started talking about different places. And I was like, hey, my dad lives there. And then I realized they were in Ohio. And I don't know why, but I never see resellers from Ohio. So I got really, really excited, kind of like, oh, yeah, they're out there too. So it seems like everybody I follow is from like California or somewhere, Alabama or Georgia, like way far away from me. So it just got exciting hearing someone else from Ohio.
Yeah, I think there's, to be honest, there's a bigger reselling community that we know, but they're not
Yeah.
doing YouTube.
Right.
And we have a lot of people even in the side chat that do what we do or follow us, but they just aren't interested in getting on the camera and doing that aspect. Where you're naturally, you're comfortable with the camera because, like I said, I follow you every day on Instagram, and you're doing it all the time now. Now, the stuff that you're selling on for eBay, you're just selling on eBay right now?
eBay and Etsy. I
Etsy.
cross post over to Etsy, yeah.
Okay.
Not everything, but anything that's vintage and I have the time to do it. And
Like,
I put it
give me
over on
some of the
Etsy.
examples that you're selling on Etsy, because I'll be honest, we don't run into too many people selling on Etsy. I think Anita, Kimmy, is the only one that I know that sells on Etsy, right?
Yeah, there's a couple, but Anita is one that has a pretty, that's a lot. She sells a lot of things on Etsy. So she does her like 10 listings, I think a day is what she does or
Wow.
something, but she's good at what she does. There are a couple others, thrifty vintage. One of them's Angie's YouTube name. I can't think of what her YouTube name is, but she is also another. And you know what? I love to follow some of the jewelry people on Instagram, not only because Instagram is such a visual platform, but for me, I know nothing about jewelry, and I learn all kinds of things off of Instagram. So
I know, me too. I don't do great on, I don't do great on any platform yet. I'm getting there. But Etsy is definitely behind eBay for my sales. But I just put all the vintage stuff up on there. Like just yesterday, I sold a glass milk jug for $50 on Etsy, and I only had it listed for like 28 on eBay. So that's why I like Etsy, because you can ask a lot more for the same products. It's, a little bit higher.
Yeah.
With those higher dollar sales, because people are, I don't know, more curated, I guess.
Right. Seems a little like higher. Well,
Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, I can't give you my opinion at all because I don't sell anything on Etsy, nor have I actually. I don't think I've bought anything on Etsy, but my mom, so my whole family is basically, I'm in a family of resellers. Well, the closer, my parents and I have a few siblings that have been reselling for a long time. But, oh wow, I just lost my train of thought. Oh my God. I heard my kid again. What are you going to just come say hi? You're throwing me off. So people believe that it's real.
Hey, Brandon. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
He's out.
That's what he does. He gives us 3 seconds once in a while, and then he just takes off.
He's killing me. Sometimes I'm like, I hear him. I just don't want the whole house.
So nice in the comments.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of the people in here. I would say if it's 25 people in here, we probably know 23 of them. So we have a lot of loyal people that follow, and a lot of people will watch this on the replay. And too, sometimes we get more. It all depends. Thursday night, what we're fighting against right now is football. Yes. So there are certain people right now, doing football. And when we first started this show, we actually started it on a Sunday night. And because of kids and scheduling and stuff like that, we moved it to a Thursday night, probably about 8 or 9 shows in. Because people don't realize it's a big commitment doing YouTube, and you'd have to race back, and you're getting ready at half an hour before the show, and then an hour and a half show, you're really putting in like 3 hours into to do the show. Hey Don, okay, gotta run. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, how does your kids? Speaking of kids, with Kimmy, with Braden there, what do your kids think of you doing YouTube?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, my girls love it. In fact, they're the reason why we even started a channel, because they wanted to be YouTubers. And so we did it. Like, we were like, okay, well, I made this family channel for them and with them, and we had fun with it. My son wants nothing to do with it, would prefer I never said his name online. But he's 15, but he's been that way the whole time, ever since we started.
What's his name?
Hayden.
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 Yeah, usually,
No,
when the kids get on, they say hi to mom. Now, if he watches mom back, will Hayden?
he'll be
Hello, Hayden.
horrified. No, he's in a lot of the earlier videos, and I think he was in fifth or sixth grade when we started the videos, and then it got to the point where his friends started finding the channel, and nobody gave the kids a hard time about it, as far as I know, but it was just embarrassing. So he wants nothing to do with YouTube. I don't even think he watches YouTube anymore. It's not cool when your mom does
No.
it.
Yeah, I tell you, my kid will watch me once in a while. That I have two boys, but me and my wife, we said, hey, you want to go and have pizza with us? No, because he's sitting at home on YouTube, and I come home and I thought he was in a fight because he's screaming in there, hollering in the room. I'm like, what's going on? And it's like they really get into it. I mean, could you imagine us screaming and hollering? You're like, what are we, nuts? So these kids are really, it's a new, really we're behind the times. I signed up on YouTube probably 5 or 6 years. If you look at my channel, it says I signed up in 20. Well, that's because I was just watching music videos, old wrestling clips, and what happened was you can't comment on a video unless you sign up. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of them. I never had a Gmail before that, but I had to sign up. Yeah. Now, is your husband supportive of what you're doing?
Oh yeah, he definitely didn't understand it at all when we first started, but he didn't care. Like, it was like, you guys do your thing. But now he is very supportive of it. We actually both use this account to watch YouTube. So, because we're trying to connect with the reselling community now that we're rebranding, which is so weird because your life and you're talking about being a brand, but we both use this account, so we're making it a habit of signing our name after our comment, so you know whether it's him or me watching your video. And he is hoping to join me in videos coming up, so that'll be fun, because he's really, if you go back and watch our videos, it's mainly just me and the girls. I mean, Hayden's in it a little bit, Will's in it a little bit, some of our extended family, but Will's my husband. But for the most part, it's just me and my girls. It's been our thing. So we're changing it up. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Now, so the girls are enjoying it. Do you have you done any thrifting videos, going out looking for stuff to sell on eBay?
We only have one video that has a little bit of garage sale, but not much. But that's part of the plan. I have an idea for a series of thrifting videos that I'm getting ready to start.
Might as well, if you're out, right? You might as well, if you're out doing it anyways, you might as well just film it. I mean, it takes a little bit longer sometimes, but it's totally worth it. That's the most common regret that I hear from any content creator, especially if they're into reselling of some sort, is that they didn't start filming sooner.
Yep. See, that's how I felt, especially when we were doing the family videos. I'm like, why didn't I start this years ago? But I didn't know. I used to think that YouTube was just for how-to videos. I used to watch it to I needed one time to know how to thread a sewing machine or how to do this. I didn't realize there was this whole world going on until, same as you, Pat, 2014 is when I discovered, oh, there's people on here. It's not just how to thread a sewing machine or how to change a tire or whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to do it years ago, but I was caught up in a business and then sidetracked with health issues. But the problem is, I wanted to do crazy things on YouTube, but when you own a public restaurant in a town, you're like, I didn't want to hear people come in and, I saw you acting like an idiot on YouTube last night. And then when the French fries are lukewarm, they're saying, well, yeah, you can act like a clown on YouTube, but you can't make an order of French fries. So I was always conscientious of that because I was in the restaurant business for close to 20 years. Is that your husband going to join us now?
Yeah, well, he was just walking by. He didn't jump in.
All right. Or is he chasing the kitten?
I don't don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to
Yeah,
bed.
I saw the nice smooth. I mean, it totally was such a mom move, and that she's literally talking mid sentence, swipes the cat off of the couch, smoothly places the cat on the ground, and continues like nothing ever happened.
Kept on talking.
Yep, you're a mom.
I was.
Well,
I'm going to be honest with you, Jen. I was hoping maybe the kitten would have jumped up on your head, and we would have
that's what
had that viral moment there.
Yeah, but that
that's
would
what I
be
was
hurt.
worried about.
I
Oh
knew
my
you were.
gosh.
See, I read your mind. See,
I don't like. Plus, I'm like, don't scratch my couch. I don't like them climbing all over.
Oh yeah, that's the worst part about cats. I'm an animal lover of all kinds of animals, but that's a pretty bad trait that most cats have is they love the couch.
I don't even want to look at the love seat across from me. I don't even want to look at the back of it because I always hear them climbing up the back. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're probably ruining it. This is my garage sale furniture. I love this furniture. I've decided I'm turning my whole house into a vintage cottage. That's my plan.
How fun!
So I want to get everything like thrifted, and I want my house to look like my eBay store. I
That's
don't know if
cool.
my husband and son like the idea, but it's happening.
but
That's-
if the stuff is cheap and you can
Yes.
do it, right?
Yep. And I use a lot of the stuff that I have listed as decorations because then I can like change it out as it sells. I take that out and then I put something new in its place. It's really fun. I wish I'd done this years ago.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I actually do that. I have it on even under my inventory listed. It says like shelf or S for shelf, and that means the one in the kitchen that's like above. I don't like to leave anything that's close or close to the ground that's breakable because I'm like you and I'm all about hard goods. Vintage is even better.
Yes.
That's what makes
Like
me.
I say, I'll sell anything, but I love the vintage. That's my favorite. And that's usually what sells the best for me too.
What do you remember? What's an item that you were just really excited that you got your hands on, and either flipped or maybe you kept it for yourself? I don't know.
Vintage wise or just anything?
Just anything, yeah. Anything that you like geeked out. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I see this in front of me. You know that moment.
Well, I will tell you, and I always laugh and say this happened at the very start of our eBay journey, so I'll probably never have anything like this again. But if you remember when you were a kid and the scratch and sniff stickers you would get on your papers at school, like the good kind, the matte ones that smelled real, like they had pizza and pickles and all that.
Right.
Well,
I remember those, the round ones. Yeah.
Yes, the round ones.
Yep.
And I found in our Goodwill last year, like right after we started selling, I found 2 factory sealed packages of stickers. So like they were the unopened packs. My husband's bringing them to me. Do you want to say hello? Or...
Hello, hubby.
That's Will.
Hello, Will.
Nice to meet you.
He said, "Oh, he can't hear you." Here. He said, "Nice to meet you."
I don't know if I can hear or not.
Yeah, hey,
can now.
welcome. Nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping.
Hello.
Hey, Pat.
I'm Patdees,
Hey, Kimberly.
and this is Kimmy. And I've been following you guys, and I found your wife Jen on Instagram. So I really appreciate you guys coming on the show tonight. When I had advertised the show, I said to her, "Is your husband going to come on?" She says he may stop in for a couple minutes, but I wanted to make sure when we were doing the show, I didn't leave you out at all. But
Yeah, usually I'm in bed by now.
yeah,
I got to be up by 4, so
That's
Okay.
pretty early.
yeah, a little bit.
so you have
Yeah, I've been watching both of you guys for quite a while. So
Oh, that's
I started off
awesome.
watching you guys on my own channel or on Honda Hangouts. I started watching you guys. So
okay. Honda Hangouts.
yeah,
No,
But now he uses mine.
okay, but is Honda in relation to motorcycles or just the name?
yeah, motorcycles. But I was going to start a channel on that, and then I never got around to it. I got busy and everything else. So
Life happens.
Some people in the chat are saying hello to you, Will. See?
I'll say
So-
hello.
Yes, people are saying hello, Will. Hello, Will.
Hey, guys.
So what do you have, a full-time job then?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that-
actually what kind of got us started on eBay was I was getting ready to leave. I was getting frustrated and fed up with the job. So we started looking at alternative options, and that's what actually got us started. And but we still have young kids, so we still need those benefits.
Oh, of course.
Right.
They're
So,
not that young. They're all
Well, they're
They're-
still they're still underneath the roof, Jen.
they're
Yeah.
still in the house
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
if they get hurt, we need the
They'll be young.
benefits.
They'll
So.
be young. I got one that's going to be 19 next month and one that's 30. And I still got to talk with the 30-year-old, and I'm still having to give him money from time to time.
Yeah,
Now,
I hear you.
Today,
I have kids from the age of my oldest son's 32, so
Oh, okay.
I have anywhere. My oldest is 32 and my youngest is 12. So
Okay, yeah. So
20-year difference.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
You never stop being a parent. And now today I made my older son come up to help me clean out the garage. I even made him. I gave him the old story. I only had $10 in the wallet, so I made him buy me lunch. Because years ago it was funny because when I remember when he first started getting some money and we went to Walmart together and there was something that was $20. I remember, and I said, are you going to get that? And he goes, yeah. So we go up to pay, and I'm like, well, get your $20 out. He goes, oh, I got to pay. I'm like, yeah, you wanted it, but he just assumed that right away Dad was going to buy it, and he was like 16, 17 years old. I said, no, you got to learn. Like I have to buy the groceries.
Yes.
And these kids can eat. It's like I have to have the talk with my youngest now. Hey, the cable costs money, the internet costs, the electric and all that stuff, and remind them. So it's nice now to have it coming back around and have them treat me, even if it's unplanned on their part, because Dad's not carrying too much money around.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We've done a pretty good job though. Our 14-year-old, he's 15 now. Yeah, he's had a job since he was 14. He actually he busses tables, and so he works at a restaurant here in town.
He
likes to have spending money, and he likes to
wave it around.
Yeah, he likes to say, "Hey, pick me up this, and here's $1."
Yeah.
But he also really enjoys video games, and he wants all those add-on things that I don't mind buying a video game, but I'm not giving you $5 to buy a skin or $10 for that. So he wanted all that stuff. He has to work for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like my daughter. She's actually has her own Poshmark closet. She's 14. She for a minute wasn't doing much with it. Put a few items in there, and then this past week has been doing more and more. And she got a new desk set up, and she's all excited. Got everything all so that she could be more efficient. Part of the issue is that my kids go to it's an academic school, and Lily's actually a whole grade kind of ahead. She actually hangs out with the sophomores through some of their classes, and she's a freshman. But I told her I'm not going to go and spend all kinds of money on all your friends for Christmas. If you want to buy them presents, you should list. Mm-hmm. You should list your. She's got plenty of things to list. So, my parents taught me. I mean, I've been working since. I think it was 14 I babysat before that, but my first job, I worked in a concessions and in a drag racing track. So
wow.
Teach them young. I think that's the best way to do it. Don't it? I mean, they shouldn't expect necessarily that, you get stuff handed to you. So you have to work for what you want.
Well, and there's a special feeling I think the kids get when they have their own money. It gives them that sense of pride. And at least I've noticed that a lot with Hayden. He seems so much more proud to have his own money. He doesn't always have to ask, and if he wants it, he just gets it. So
right. And hey, Andy, thanks for stopping in, Andy Glass. And then, I know myself when
John's in here too from Nevermore Antiques. So
yeah, we're friends with John. If you watch one of my videos, I actually traveled. I was telling your wife that I came up through Ohio on the way home, but I drove 1,800 miles in a couple days and went down to Nashville and round tripped up and stopped at John's Nevermore Antiques. He has an antique store. So we actually did a live from his store, and I video record. I did do some footage when I was there at his store, but by putting the GoPro in my pocket every time I hit a little button that I didn't muted it. So I'm like, wow. So that was kind of a little bit of lost footage as far as that. But John is been doing YouTube a couple years ago, and that's why I was kind of excited, Jen, to have you on because you have 9,000 subs, and John has around 4,000, and he does a lot of videos, and he's trying to himself how to learn how to grow a YouTube channel and balance that out with life and doing reselling. So it's nice to have somebody. You're still a small channel at 9,000, but yet much bigger than obviously what you and Kimmy are combined. And like you said, you need to kind of when you hit on that subject of clowns, that's what made it.
I know, I was
So,
laughing at that.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
It was definitely a shock. But now I feel like almost like it's back to square one because now we're trying to pull in all the new people.
Right.
Well, that's the constant, and there is a lot of competition out there with YouTube, but the people have to buy into you and like you, and that's what I believe. I think if you are doing something that people can relate to, it's always tough to figure out whether you should do it a couple times a week, every day. It's tough because if you do a video every day, 15, 20 minutes, people don't realize you're getting 2 or 3 hours wrapped up actually into that between taping, uploading, and doing that. Taco Stacks, that he lives close by me, and he does something every day, but he is ahead by like 7 to 10 days doing it. But there's still that, and for him, he doesn't even go away because that constant grind of wanting to do a video and get it out there and keep that audience that is following him or not, Now, Will, are you who is Jen mostly the focus of the videos?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
She's just natural with it, and she's comfortable with it, and
Well,
she's got a great personality, a likable personality as well. So
yeah. That's why I said to her one on Instagram, and that's what I found out with Instagram is doing a lot of times doing these 1-minute videos is good little practice to even get people interested in your regular YouTube channel because you can make little teaser videos with that, and sometimes you could say something really quick. Hey, like Jen will get on there. Hey, I did Instacart today. It was good or it was bad, and come and check me out. And now, do you hold the camera for her and follow her around once in a while?
no, she holds it out. Actually, when she first started this, when her and the girls decided they wanted to do it, I went out and got them cameras and GoPros, and
Yeah, he was our cheerleader. He gave me all the equipment I needed.
so we've still got a couple GoPros hanging around that she uses occasionally.
Yeah.
She's got, I don't know,
DSLR and a
couple
small
DLSRs, and
I'm good to go. And a
she's
microphone.
set. She has what she needs.
I was thinking maybe, Will, you could have something where, like driving Miss Daisy, but driving Miss Jen. You could have Jen in the back. You drive her around, like pull up to the Goodwill store, and then have maybe a friend in another car kind of film her. You get out, open the door for her. You know what I mean?
Film.
Get me a little one of those driver suits.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would be doing. I'll tell you, I liked even I wish. That's one thing that me and Kimmy were alone in doing this a lot because we're doing it ourselves. My wife is full time, and I'm not complaining. Trust me, because without her doing her full time job, Patdees would be homeless. So she's really carrying 70 or 80% of the bills here, doing what she does, and Patdees is clowning around on YouTube and crisscrossing the country trying to buy people's stuff they don't want and trying to flip it. But I like the YouTube aspect. I had the opportunity to go out and meet What the Hells and goof around with them, and I wouldn't mind working with sometimes other YouTubers behind the scenes just to make them successful in doing things. When I went down to John at Nevermore, we went live and we did it spontaneous and had a good time.
It was hilarious.
Yeah,
you guys had a fun time with that.
That was so funny. They should do it again. I think they should get together again.
He got a bunch of super chats even for on that, and that was great. And a lot of people don't. Have you guys experienced super chats yet?
I've had one $1 super chat, so it's going great.
Yeah.
I'm not trying though. Like I honestly, I thought that was the sweetest thing in the whole world. Like I don't expect anybody to ever do that, but that was kind of cool.
That's when you were doing the family channel too.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you,
You haven't done any lives since.
Oh yes, I have. All
Since
my
you-
hauls have been live.
Gotcha.
but you haven't done live in a while, right?
No, not in a long while. So
Right, and Super
that'll
Chat,
be something I want to
I
incorporate.
Right.
swear I watch all the videos.
right. And Super Chats are relatively a new thing. I think in the past, I mean, they have some people can do Super Chat stickers and stuff like that, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a whole new thing.
You know,
I don't
for
even know
people
about
to
this yet.
kind of reward you for the work you're doing. Now, I want to ask you, when you did the clown video, were you monetized yet, or was that just something that helped build your channel? Did you make money
Oh,
from that?
that was a nice bonus because
Yeah,
that was right
we
around
got-
Christmas time too.
Yeah, we ended up because it got 700,000 views in a month, like less than a month, in about 2.5 weeks. So right at Christmas time, we got a $1,200 AdSense check, which was fantastic. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't expected. But when I started my YouTube channel, it was when YouTube only required 100 subscribers to be monetized. So I was monetized almost right off the bat. And so it was a monetized video.
Yeah.
It was great.
So we kind of got lucky with that, with kind of branching over onto this channel for the subscribers. But we also a similar situation for our eBay as well, because 2006 is when you first started.
Yeah.
Because in 2006 she got on when eBay was just still auction and everything else, and she started off like just little knickknacks and things like that, and done that for a while. So we still had her old channel for that, or her
my
old
PayPal.
eBay and PayPal from when she done that 10 years ago. So when we started eBay last year, we were also able to start by not having to start at the beginning. We're only having 10 or 15 or 20 listings or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
We started our eBay store now
With thousands.
right with 25,000 right off the bat. So we've kind of gotten lucky with both those. It was kind of little accidents of starting it when we originally did that kind
Happy
of
accidents, yeah.
got us to where we are as far as
Right.
doing what we're doing now. So
now, I mean, to be honest, if you did a video with 700,000, and probably if you learned YouTube more, you could have actually even made more money, because $1,200 is actually low for 700,000.
I know. I was mad. But I mean, not that I was mad about it. That was great. And I also think it had to do with what the content was.
Right.
Because it had to do with the school lockdown. Not as many ads show on that video because it's sensitive content. Even though if you watch the video, there's nothing sensitive. I'm not showing anything.
Right.
It's literally me being a worried mother on the screen.
And how long was that video, Jen?
It was about, I think, somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of people who don't do YouTube don't realize, too, you have to have a video at least 10 minutes to properly place your own ads. If not, then it's just before and after, and they might put one in the middle. But if you go past the 10 minutes, and that's why most YouTubers, if you notice, the videos are sometimes 12 to 20 minutes, because then they can place the ads in. People try to do it in natural breaks, but instead of maybe having like an ad in the beginning and ad again, having that extra ad or two. And like you said, because of the subject matter, your CPM must have been low. Because right now, I mean, I know channels that have 700,000, and they would pull in about $7,000 to $10,000 on that many views. So if you can basically get Will here to drive you around, to the thrift stores,
maybe run over a clown along the way, and pick one up,
exactly. And then what you do is you put the kitten up on the hood of the car, and you're like, whoa, and then you reach out and you kind of grab the kitten like you did off the back of the couch and bring him in with you. So you tie all this in.
I need my kids to come up with a viral dance. They need to be the next viral dance move out there, like the.
Well, I've seen a lot of times where the girls are trying to teach dad how to dance, so they're.
Well, if we did that, then we'd make funniest videos. Try to get me out there and floss.
Hey, whatever brings us the views.
Yeah, a lot of times I've seen these channels do 3 million, 4 million views and they're only 2-3 minutes and that's all it takes. To launch it into that and stuff like that. Now, do you guys have plans as far as take it like going to Poshmark or Mercari or doing something bigger? And
I just quit Poshmark today.
She started it 2 weeks ago.
I was
Three.
I wasn't
I
sure.
gave
what
it
was
3
going on.
weeks. I have decided at this stage of my life that life is too short to do anything that makes you feel not great. And I don't feel comfortable on Poshmark. I'm not kidding you. I feel like I have zero self-esteem. I don't think I fit in that community. It's just not a good fit for me. And I love eBay and I like Etsy a lot. And Poshmark was just
It's busy.
very overwhelming. And I gave it a good shot, but I didn't care for it. Not at all. My
Yeah.
girls would probably, like Kimberly said, I think I'm going to tell my girls about it because I think they might do good on it. But I don't know. It
Yeah,
just
you
makes
got.
me
I mean,
feel old.
right? It's good to check with state laws in regards to that. But there wasn't
Mhm.
the Poshmark restrictions said that you had to abide by your state law. So she passed all the things and started her own, and it's all on her. I mean, she knows that I'm here to assist, but I can't really help her much, really, because I don't sell on Poshmark. It's kind of cool, really, to see her do her thing. I know about how to take the pictures of the clothes and basically how to fold it up, and I've taught her all those types of things. But she's doing it herself, and I think it's awesome. She gets really excited when she thinks about it. She's consistent in doing something like this, that where she'll be at by 18, and she's like already planning for her little first dream apartment that she's gonna I'm like, all right. So
That's cool.
Yeah, with the listing and everything, seems to be like fast and easy and everything else, but you just about have to live on your phone, it seemed like.
well, that's why I think it's
Perfect for a
great though.
14-year-old.
Yeah, for a teenager, I mean, it's perfect. It's a very social, or from what I'm hearing, a social platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's perfect for her. I don't know if I'll ever be really all gung ho about it. I get anxiety even just thinking about it, like Poshmark. But I've been a part of eBay for so long that I think that I'm just, I could do it with my eyes closed.
I'm glad I tried it, but I just didn't like it. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, you got to do what's best for you. And I'm with you on the whole. If it really is, kind of bogging life down and making you miserable, then don't do it. There's plenty of other platforms that do, and you don't have to necessarily be like everybody selling on every single one of those. A few streams of income is good.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you don't need to do it all.
Now, Jen, are you guys don't do Amazon, right?
A little bit. I started, I don't know, a couple months ago, so we've done a little bit. I've only done merchant though. I haven't done any FBA.
Oh, okay.
I think after the holidays, I'm going to try a little bit of that. So
I started Amazon back in February. It takes a little time. I wouldn't say, I'm always nervous when people watch YouTube and they go out and they, let's say, I got $5,000 to spend, and they can see themselves losing half that money, because it's easier to put out $400, $500, and if you lose half that money, you're like, okay, I learned a lesson at $200. But to take a $2,000 lesson, so I am glad the way that I did it, because now the stuff that I'm getting, it's turning over. So I've learned to study Amazon and what sells and what categories I can sell.
Now, are you doing? Because I haven't seen a whole lot about you talking a whole lot about your Amazon on there. Are you doing all new? Or are you doing used as well?
Everything is new. And
that's what I think the way I'm going to start it, because like I said, everything I put on there was new, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some RA to build. I'm just going to take a set amount of money and do some RA, invest that. Once that turns over, and keep developing, keep turning that over to where I can do it little by little, to where then I can do some wholesale.
Right, and that's what you got to do. As far as finding new stuff, I don't talk about it too much for Amazon, because a lot of times people don't want to give out their product because people are going to crash the price and stuff like that. Yep. That kind of give up on it because they get bored with it, or they're not making the money quick enough. I mean, I had to sit a lot of stuff I've sold in the past month. I had to sit on for 10 months because it was all Christmas related stuff that I bought at 90% off last year.
Yep.
there's
Yeah,
a
you probably
guy.
won't hear us talk much about Amazon once we get into it.
Yeah, there's
Because
a way to do it, but you don't have to give away your product. So I think there's a way of I've gone in and I've done an RA video, but you don't have to give away every product. You can give that there's samples and stuff like that, but I've seen it happen where people, and some stuff I'm just surprised, as quick as I send it in, it sells. So I kind of try to put my mindset in the buyer's end. Would I pay this for that? Really, to make money doing Amazon, you have to be on the end that you're buying at such a great price and then flipping it, and you were just the person that found it at the great price and not having to overprice it to sell it. And I go back to, I'm friends with Scott, the bearded picker, and I've been on his show, and he hit a home run last year with the Monopoly, buying it at 20 and selling it for basically 50 to 60. That doesn't happen much often, that you could pay full retail and sell it for 2 or 3 times because it was a hot toy. But it was only a hot toy really for 2 weeks. After that,
yeah, we watched that happen.
John Nevermore, and you guys follow him, he said he still has, I think, 10 or 12 of them at his shop for sale. And I think some people were holding out to wait and see if the price was going to go back up this year, but it's not, because they probably moved on to the next thing, or there's a new game out and stuff like that. So,
it's like Steve from Steve Alcorn too. I mean, you figure 6 months ago, and look how he's doing now on Amazon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Steve's done great.
Steve lives pretty close to you guys.
Oh yeah, he lives. Yeah, he don't live too far from here.
Yeah, I was telling Jen that that's what I was talking about. That I know where he lives. He busted my chops why I didn't stop over. But he's so kind of far up there, about an hour and 15 minutes north of Columbus, that the way I was coming across, and I was driving by myself. So, and I had driven 15 hours in one day. I was tired. So, oh my God, John's saying he probably has 50 of them. Well, John, maybe the whole neighborhood you can give out, monopolies.
You know what everybody's getting from Christmas?
Halloween, trick or treat.
Yeah.
There you go.
John, that's nothing. I have 10,000 VHS tapes. I got you beat. Over the summer, I found a place that had 500,000 VHS tapes, and I went and picked up about 10 or 12,000 of them. But there was only 4 or 5 different titles, so that's hard. I've sold some already to people that sell a couple cases and stuff like that. But we that's kind of what's taken over about a 10 by 10 area in the garage. And
so your garage is full of VHS.
Yeah, it's full of a lot of stuff. And admittedly, probably 10% of it's junk, but we kind of weeded some of that out today when we were doing it and stuff. Now, have you guys? We're getting down to about the last 10 minutes here. Have you guys bought any storage units in the past at all?
No, we haven't done that.
No,
not yet.
We want to. I think that's something we want to do, and we have someone local that I think said they wanted to work with us, maybe. So split. So that'd be kind of cool.
Well, I tell you, I would encourage you to look into it in the future, because I tell you, husband and wife teams that seem to work together, and even if Will can't do it all the time because of his full-time job, but that interaction of a couple. And even a little bit of argument, no, you shouldn't have bought that, or I should have bought, that would be good on screen, because that's what people want to see.
We would be known as that YouTube couple that fights all the time.
Well,
we'd be bickering about it.
That'd be like a reality show. But then there's Brian Friends, Justin and his wife Jenna. They're from Texas. They buy storage units all the time. I had bought storage units in the past, but now I'm getting into it more, But Kimmy, you got any of your questions you want to ask before we kind of pack it in here for tonight?
I don't have any questions. I think I got them all out, or we discussed all the things that I was thinking. It's always cool to see other resellers or even content creators that are also, parents and doing their thing. So I look forward to getting to know you guys. And I know I just started following you on Instagram. I'm shocked that it took me that long to do that. I see that we have a lot of similar
Well,
followers.
I know.
So,
I followed you back, and I was like, oh, I don't ever remember seeing
well,
you
the name is
recommended
what
to
gets
me.
people mixed up because originally my YouTube channel was named Life of Kimberly. So that's why that's like all across the entire board. It's a name and even a hashtag I've been using for I don't know how long. But when I noticed last Christmas when trying to, and I had just started my channel, I think I had one video out at that point or something. I noticed that it was really hard to find me, and that was a problem. So I changed it. I thought it was amusing. I think life's too short to be serious kind of all the time. And as a reseller and even a crafter and just a mom, there's plenty of things that I borderline hoard.
Oh, it's a fun name. It's memorable, and you're right. That's probably why I wouldn't have put it together because I know you from YouTube, but I
Right.
hadn't seen you at all on Instagram until you followed me.
Yeah, so I'm glad we connected.
Yes.
Before we go, Jen, is there anything special upcoming as far as YouTube related that you want to share with the audience?
Well, I don't know about special, but there will be videos coming. In fact, I should probably just like set a date and say like this Monday there'll be a video. So maybe this Monday there'll be a video. But I do have, I think 3 films. So it's just a matter of getting it edited and getting it up. And
Right.
it's going to be coming very soon. And I do have, like I say, I have a fun idea of like maybe a thrifting type series that I want to start. And that video starting that series will be the first one that's going to go up, and we'll see if people like it, and if they don't, we'll move on.
Well, don't go by 2 or 3 episodes. When you get back into the thing, a lot of times if you follow other YouTubers, and sometimes it takes time and a little bit of traction to get it going. Maybe you just tweak it a little bit and stuff like that, but I wouldn't give up on it. Just keep pushing ahead. Maybe I've put videos out there too that I look back and be like, wow, I wish I would have done a better job editing it and stuff like that. But it is what it is. It still tells the story. If people are interested, and that's how you build an audience, get people more, and you learn from it. That's okay. There's a lot of big celebrities that every time they go on a show, someone always pulls out that, remember when you were in that film 20 years ago, and they try to embarrass them. So that's how it is doing YouTube. So I wouldn't worry about that. I would just, if you want to do it, just keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
So
good advice.
Melissa.
Before we go though, I want to show you guys, here's those stickers.
Okay.
These are the scratch and sniff stickers that we found last year. 24 packs of these, and they were selling for between $30 and $50 a pack.
Wow.
So we made hundreds of dollars on these stickers, and I still have 4 packs left that are not listed.
Awesome.
They're going to be going up since Halloween is coming up. So
you might,
if you want a
maybe,
pack, they'll be in our eBay store.
Maybe a couple years down the road, you'll have your own line of
smelly stickers.
Yeah. That'll be our first merch item. No, don't hold me to that.
Timmy, you want to hit on what's going to happen on next Thursday? Are we going to see you live before then, or what's going on?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. Who knows? I mean, it would be spontaneous. There'll probably be a video that will come out at some point. I have 2 in the making. One is the jewelry part of the bag that was pulled out of that storage unit. That video, the second part, did drop this week. I'm really proud of that creation because I'm such an amateur when it comes to filming, and people are so kind in all the things that they say. And I was really trying to, I mean, the best way to do it is just to try, to experiment. And that, I think over time, that's why people seem to kind of enjoy some of those more edited. I've heard the great debate of, to edit a video, to not edit a video. I enjoy it. So I'm going to keep doing it. And then of course, next Thursday, we are doing a double episode. So it will start out on Pat's channel 1 hour earlier. It'll start the same time that we used to have our show.
9 o'clock. Yep, East Coast time.
East Coast time, correct. And then for an hour and 15 minutes later, it will go onto my channel. We are doing 2 giveaways, one for each hour. And that giveaway sorry. And then we're doing a third one, which is for the best costume. So that prize won't be given out right away because we're going to be kind of tallying votes between the live chat and then in the comments. So I'm pretty excited because it's open panel. And so we want all of our friends to come and hang out, come say hi. You don't have to stay long. You don't have to be a reseller. We just want everybody to have a good time. And
yeah, so someone that wants to dress up and just pop in for 5 minutes and doesn't want to get out there and have nowhere to go with their costume and just wants to have fun, that'll be the stop in next week on both the channels and stuff like that. But I want to thank everyone for coming in. I had a long day today. I hosted a show earlier today with Louise from the UK. So this is my.
You had the lady from the UK, or Louise, or
yeah, Louise, right? So this was my second show today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I took a 40-minute nap before I started the show, so I cheated a little bit. But I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. And Jen, I appreciate you. I asked you, and you said yes. You didn't hesitate. We had been talking a little while on Instagram, and I wanted you to be comfortable. I hate asking people then, like, hey, give them 2 days notice, because I like to offer people the chance to check out the YouTube channel and kind of not knowing if you followed us or not, to kind of see what it's about and stuff. So, and Will, I appreciate you stopping in also, and I hope that we can talk again, and maybe we'll do something in the future if you guys got any ideas to collab, and this is about networking and having fun. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, once we got our channel going back again, you guys will have to come join us on our channel, or at least me, maybe both of us. But that would be fun.
That sounds great. So
we'll figure something
for
out.
Sure, count me in. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well,
Thank the viewers, and thank for the people watching the replay. And we'll see you guys. If we don't see you before then, we'll see you next week on Halloween. And have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye.